Parshat Haazinu is always read around Yom Kippur, the Shabbos before or after Yom Kippur. It's a spiritual parasha, the way it's built, the psukim in it, and although Parshat Haazinu has only 52 psukim, some rabbis say that this parasha hides inside it, between the psukim, between the words, everything. If you look in the Torah, this parasha is written like a poem. It's divided to two columns, and inside each pasuk, usually there's a repetitive something. It repeats itself, the first half and the second half. And the way it repeats itself teaches us sometimes deeper things than the words themselves. I would like to give one example that connects to the beginning of the year, to us starting a new year on one hand, and on the other hand, continuing last year, 10 years ago, and continuing previous generations. The pasuk says, relatively in the beginning of the parasha, Zechor yomot olam binu shnot dor vador. Remember the days of you, understand the years of generations after generations. So it's repeating itself. The Torah is telling us, look at history, learn from history, see how Hashem leads the world, see how Hashem chose you as a nation. And the pasuk continues, Sh'al avicha ve'agedcha, ask your father and he will tell you, Zekenecha, your elders, and they will tell you, V'yomru lach. So the pasuk again, it's repeating itself, and yet each half has a different meaning. When you see, you can look at history and just say, wow, those nice things. Remember history as just something that happened, as facts. Remember, zechor. And then we have binu, leitbonen. It's not just understanding. It's deeper understanding, trying to read behind the scene, behind what we saw, between the lines. If something happened, why did it happen? If Hashem brought us to the land of Israel, why did it happen? If we went to an exile, why did it happen? Not just as facts of remembering, but to understand it, bonen, deep view inside it. And the same with the next pasuk. Sh'al avicha ve'egedcha, ask your father and he'll tell you. He'll tell you the general idea of what happened. But if you really want to know, if you really want to learn from history, if you really want to grow from the last year, you have to have also the knowledge and also what the elders tell us. And the elders aren't necessarily the older people, the people who are 80, 90 years old. They are the wise people, people who can look into the history and tell us that was the reason for each thing. As we begin a new year, we look into the past and we remember what happened, but mainly we try to look between the events, behind the events, and ask ourselves, why did it happen? And what can we learn from what happened last year to this year? How can we take last year and create a great year, which is just starting now? May we have Gmar Chatima Tova and Shabbat Shalom.